Hi, thanks for watching this video. This video is going to talk about creating tables that are accessible. Tables are a helpful way to display and compare information, but if they're not created correctly, they can become a major barrier for users who rely on screen readers or keyboard navigation. In this video, we'll walk through best practices for creating accessible tables so that all users can understand and navigate your data. When creating a table, it's important to always use your program's Insert Table feature. You don't want to create a table by using tabs or spaces, such as this. It may look like a table, but assistive technologies won't recognize it as one, and screen readers rely on proper table structure to understand how information is organized. To create a clear table structure, we want to signify what's the header row, and if appropriate, what's the header column. So I'm going to select my table, go to Table Design, and I'm verifying that there's the header row selected and first column. This is also where you can change your table style if you wish. Header rows in the first column help establish relationships between the data, so a screen reader can announce not just the cell content, but also the corresponding row and column headers. This gives users essential context as they move through the table. If you have an exceptionally large table that's spanning across more than one page, you also want to repeat the header row on each page. To do that, just right-click in your header row, choose Table Properties, go under the Row tab, and select Repeat as a header row at the top of each page. This ensures users don't lose context when navigating long tables, particularly when the table spans across multiple pages. Another thing to keep in mind is not to use tables for visual layout, like aligning text or images. This creates a confusing experience for screen read users because the content is read in a logical data order, not a visual one. But if you absolutely must use a table for layout, just make sure you remove the header settings so the table isn't interpreted as data. Let's also talk about what to avoid. You'll want to avoid blank cells or merged cells whenever possible. Blank cells and merged cells can disrupt how a table is read aloud. Whenever possible, keep tables simple and consistent, with one piece of data per cell. So as an alternative to this table that has a section for midterm grades and final grades for two different classes, you can create one table for one class and create a separate table for the other class. That way you don't have to worry about a merged cell and empty cells. Next, let's look at accessibility of tables in PDFs. Now ideally, you should create your table in another program like Word or Excel, and then save that document as a PDF. This allows the accessibility information, like table headers, to carry over into the PDF. But you can manually enter the headings yourself. It just takes a little longer. So what you can do is to look at the tags. By the way, if you don't see this side navigation, you can just expand it there. This is the tag button. And you select tags, and right now there are no tags available. So something you can do is to go under Accessibility, go to Auto Tag Document, and that should create some auto tags for you. Now let's go under Tags, and it's created some tags for us. So the first thing is this paragraph tag. I actually want to change that to a heading 1 tag. And then we have our table. I'm going to expand that. So TR stands for table row. And I see this first row is labeled TD, which stands for table data. I actually want that to be our table header. So I'm going to change those tags to table headers, not table data. So now that first row is all table headers. If I look at the next row, I see that that is all table data. And it did correctly identify the table rows, so that is nice. Alright, and since our plants are also headers, I'm going to say that they are a header as well. Parsley is a header. As you can see, this could get time consuming with a large table. So again, you want to create it in Word and carry those accessibility markers over to Adobe PDF. Something else we want to do is create a table summary. So to do that, click on the reading order and then right-click on your table and select Edit Table Summary. So here you're going to create a basic summary summarizing the table. Something else to avoid is inserting tables as images. Images of tables cannot be navigated by screen readers, and users won't be able to move cell by cell or understand the relationships between the data. Let's talk briefly about tables in Excel. So in Excel, you want to make sure that you have proper heading styles, and also format your data as a table. So select your table, click on Format as Table, and choose a style that you want, and verify that your table does have headers. So in closing, accessible tables improve usability for everyone, not just users with disabilities. By using proper table structure, clear headers, and accessible PDFs, you can ensure your data is readable, navigable, and inclusive. Thanks for taking the time to make your materials more accessible.